Hello, everybody. This is Maria from Mexico, and I'm Anna from Russia. And today we're going to talk about the very interesting topic, the human character. Uh, Not everybody know, but the character created by your efforts, and it's just like any habit that we can maintain by overcoming difficulties in a good way, by have having faith in ourselves, and of course believing in ourselves. So we need to be more strong. The society think like this, but of course at the same time we can be different. We don't necessarily need to be strong all of the time, and we're going to create the community that will help you to be different. So it's diverse core CEO, and today today we help you to build better character, and we will share our experience that will expand your horizons about this topic and teach you how to handle some stress. So I've heard a good story from Maria.
Yeah,
Please tell us.
I was telling you a story, a very interesting story, of course. Here in Latin America, we have this very interesting point of view on when the people has a strong character. So when someone has a strong character in Latin America, it means that they can get angry easily, that they can be just screaming and or not always out of control, but kind of not easygoing, so to say. We have this idea of the strong character. So
Mhm.
I once watched a conference of this guy that went to Japan. And so he had this idea, Latin American idea of, okay, what the strong character is. So when he arrived in Japan, he discovered something very interesting, that the one person there, one professor in Japan that was considered to have a very strong character, was actually kind of weak, so to say. And so this guy was asking himself, like, why on earth do people say that this guy has a strong character? Because other people could go and pass him by and probably push a little bit on him, and he was just carrying his books and didn't bother and didn't scream like, hey, what's wrong with you, like the usual things that we are used in Latin America for,
What's wrong with?
like, what's wrong with you, and you know and no,
Oh,
this guy was on the contrary, just everything was in control with him. So he was not bothered by other people. He was just so calm, so like a very oriental kind of like Zen mood, or I don't know how to call it. But the guy that was giving the conference in Latin America, he was like, oh my God, what's wrong with him? Like he should punch the people that are pushing him or something. But no, he was just everything was under control with him. And so then this guy, the conference guy, he understood. Okay, the people in Japan, they consider to be strong character the person that has their emotions under control. And so everything changed inside him. And so he started looking at this culture very differently. And I actually like this story because I've never thought about this strong character as he described it. Like in Japan, people think about the strong character, the people that have the emotions under control. So I think it's very important, and also it's kind of fascinating when you kind of have the everything under control. I mean, your emotions, because most people say, like, yeah, but your emotions, you cannot control your emotions. When something happens, you just, and that's not true. The truth is that we are in control of our emotions, and that requires a habit, of course, a habit of just being like every day. And it is like a struggle. It is like a struggle, really, especially with our society that is just, everything is upside down, and we consider what is like white, and everything is just messed up. But I think it's very interesting that we just stop a little bit and try to consider these things and not care so much about if people think that we are weak, when in reality we are just the strongest. If we have everything like our emotions under control, if we are responsible of our actions, that is difficult part of life, because it's kind of you are against everybody, because everybody's thinking otherwise. But I think that later in life, that is going to pay you back. It's worth the effort to be
Yes.
just. So
the-
it was a good story. I think I don't know, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, I will
I
try to
like
have a strong
I like
character.
I like how you comparing different cultures. They're
Hmm.
so different, so opposite, but it's so interesting how it
Yeah.
connected to each other. Um, and I remember the quote about the most silent person in the room might actually be the strongest person. Uh, yes, we used to people who are so bright and going everywhere with their loud voice and all. I think there are different type of strength, but to you to understand what our real inner strength is, you shouldn't look at the just at the face, just as a picture in front of you. You need to go deeper. You need to observe how this person behaves with others, and if you in career path or somewhere in your work, you can observe how these people treat their colleagues, especially those who lower by their status or something, and you will understand better. You will understand it. And yes, sometimes uh, strong people they are struggling something alone, but it's not necessarily the path that you need to go. I mean, searching comfort from others is a good thing, and it wouldn't make you weaker. And at the same time, if you keep uh, being humble and at the same time showing your strength in an adequate way, not be the louder person, but be more generous, be more fulfilled with wisdom, you will understand what really a strong character is.
Yes, and I also think that the strong character and the strength of character is not, it's supposed to be for everybody, because we all are capable of having these
Yes,
emotions and this analysis and everything, but under control, I mean. But actually nowadays I think that we have lost the ability to have some abilities as human beings, such as the strength of character. Strength of character is not for everybody nowadays. Because why I'm saying this, because I think that nowadays most people don't care about it. They just don't care. And so they just care about, the showing up, and everything must be seen. And if someone is loud, then I must be louder than them. And it's like a competition for nothing, because they don't even know why they are competing for, what they're competing for. So it's very, I don't know, sometimes it's frustrating when people don't kind of stop a little bit and use their brains and think like, okay, this is worth the sacrifice. But nowadays we are not, we are not willing to make sacrifices. So it's like a kind of full of, egocentric ideas. Everything is just, you know, as long as we don't have to make an extra effort, then everything will be fine. And that's not the way it works. When you want to achieve something, you must work for it, and you must put effort in it, and it's just like that. Especially with you, no one is going to make the job for you, the work for you. No one is going to, oh yeah, I can do your character, I can mold your character and make it stronger. Of course not. The only person that can do that is you. And that is why Anna and I are thinking about creating this community in which we can help each other, but we are not doing your homework for you. We are just, we're just, yeah, kind of making the path easier if we can, of course, gladly, because that's the point of this. It's somehow like we are against the whole world, but actually there are many, many, many people out there that are struggling with the same issues and that want to get better, but they don't know how. And then, so I think this is a very good idea for to start your renewal, so to say, to start something, you know, like new. And if you want to just have like a new beginning, that's excellent.
Okay, I agree with you, and actually, it's good that you mentioned it about the character, because I personally believe too that the people who coming to our channel, they shouldn't be mistaken that we're going to uh, just take their burden or take all of their, difficulties on us. It's not our goal, because we're not going to uh, just make these people keep being weaker, but they're going to understand that they're developing themselves. And this path, yes, it's up to you guys how you're going through this path. We're observing you, we're sharing our knowledges, experiences, and we're going to, yes, we're going to help you in some way. In some way,
We
yes.
hope.
In our
Yeah, of course.
videos, of course. I think we don't need this luxury, like Maria said. The people that showing off, they are not struggle. I think they are struggle too. Everybody struggle. The thing is, if you struggle in the bad way and uh, you keep just having your struggles, or you struggle, you overcome it, and you getting better life with better things. Everything that happens with you, it just to show you and try you. It's the happening stronger than you, or you stronger than everything that happens with you. And I think it defines strength of the character.
Yeah. Yes. And the strength of character mainly, I mean, you can mold it at any age, but the best age of starting that is when you're a kid, of course. But if your parents never thought about it, like, how to, or they didn't know and they never taught how to, they were never taught and they never taught you how to mold it, then I think it's never late. And I I have this uncle who is very funny, and it's like, yeah, I love him very
Oh,
much.
that's nice.
And he has this quote, and he says, when you see something that causes fear to you, you just look at the fear straight in the eyes, into the eyes, and just face it, because that's what fear is for. You just face it. And of
Yes,
course
I
it's,
love
it's
this.
very, and it's very easy to say. But in real life, when the fears come to you, or you let them grow or whatever, it's not as easy as it says. But sometimes you can see these amazing quotes and wow, wonderful, but how do I apply them in real life? So it's kind of, what we are trying to do here, it's going to be the bridge between these ideas of yours of being better and the reality and the fact that you can actually be better. So, of course, we are trying our best and we will try our best. And yeah, we want to create this beautiful community in which we can be just also like a, like a relaxing room, space where you can come and just, let go of your problems. So we hope that we can help you a lot, and also you can help us because it's a community. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the idea, the basic idea of this project.
Yes, and I kind of how Maria formulates her thoughts. It's pretty interesting to hearing here. Yes, of course. And we have another quote for this day.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I think I will have a book of quotes that are not mine, of course, but I mean, I can just go and collect quotes. And yeah, that's a very good idea. I already started, by the way, but it's interesting to have
Yes,
these quotes because you have quotes for every single part of the day and for every single situation. So it's a good idea.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So it was our little video about character, and see you in other episodes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.